Hey, you can now move to the UK without going to study or without a job sponsorship. That means you can now sponsor your own visa. This is a good news. Yeah, the UK is constantly developing and creating opportunities for potential immigrants. This time around, I'm going to be taking you through how you can move to UK, how you can sponsor yourself to the UK, and how you can sponsor your family to the UK and live and work in the UK or be self-employed. Well, I would like you to stay tuned if you're interested in moving to the UK through this route so that you will get details on how you would achieve this. Well, if you're watching my video for the first time and if you're visiting my channel for the first time, my name is Martin from Finance Oracle, and I make videos that will help you to relocate to your dream country. So if you're watching me for the first time, do stay tuned, do subscribe and ring the bell, and don't forget to give me a fat thumbs up. Well, if you are my returning subscriber, I want to say a very big thank you because you are the reason why I am making this video. You're my motivation and you're the one who have seen me through from day one till today. Well, this is about it. Let's go back to the video. So let's talk about this visa pathway to the UK. Well, I will first give you an overview about this visa, and we are going to talk about the eligibility criteria, and I will also talk about the documents that you require for you to apply for this visa and how much this visa costs. Okay, and I will also talk about more information about how to apply and details of this visa. So everything about this visa, I'll be covering it. So I would like you to stay tuned and listen about this visa. But then, not just listening, also go on and apply if you're eligible to apply. Well, the name of this visa, which I'm going to introduce to you today, is called the High Potential Individual Visa, HPI visa, High Potential Individual Visa. Well, this visa allows you to move to the UK with your family and stay for 2 years or for 3 years, okay? And it all depends on the breakdown which I will give you, that you will determine if you're qualified to stay for only 2 years or for 3 years in the UK, okay? And for this visa, you're free to switch to other kinds of visa at your own time, which is going to be either the skilled workers visa or any other visa which is in the list which I will explore, or which you can see the website later on. I'll be dropping the link so you can go through the website for more details. This visa is for people who have been awarded a qualification from an eligible university in the last 5 years. That means for you to apply for this visa, you must be eligible, and for you to be eligible, you must have left the university, okay, within the past 5 years, and again, you would also need to be a graduate from an eligible university. Eligible universities list, I will be dropping this list for you, a link to this list so that you can go through the list to see if your university is eligible. Of course, it is not just university in the UK, but from all over the world, okay? And you must have at least either a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, or a PhD. If you have a master's or bachelor's degree, you would be eligible to apply for 2 years. If you have a PhD, you can apply to stay in the UK for 3 years. This visa is not extendable, but you can switch to other visas of your choice, for example, skilled work visa and any other visa which you might find interest in, okay? So let's look at it in more details. About the application period itself. If you apply, you can apply for this visa from UK or from outside of UK, okay? But then if you apply from outside of UK, application period before you will get a decision is 3 weeks. But if you apply from inside the UK, it's going to be 8 weeks before you get a response. This is because you're switching from one visa to another, so they have to migrate you and they need to do all necessary findings and checks before they would be able to migrate you. So this is about duration of this visa. Then let's look at the cost. For this visa application, we'll be paying health surcharge, visa application fee, and you will be able to prove that you have money to take care of yourself while in the UK. Okay? Irrespective of the fact that you will be finding a job, but they want to be sure that you can take care of yourself perhaps before you find a job, or if you fail to find one. Well, for the visa fee, you will need to pay, first you will need to pay for ethics, for them to check your qualification. And if you're applying from the UK, you will need to pay £252. Then you also need to pay the visa application fee, which is £822 for per person. And you also need to pay health surcharge of £1,035 for each year which you're going to be in the UK. So if you're going to be for 2 years, it's going to be £1,035 times 2 years. Okay, and you also need to show that you can support yourself when you arrive the UK. You will usually need to have at least £1,270 available, unless you have exemption. Some people will get exemption perhaps because they find a job, or for some reasons you can apply for exemption and it will be approved. But then if you don't have an exemption, you will need to pay you will need to show you have £1,270 for you to sustain yourself while in the UK. So if you have all this, then you're good to go, in as much as you're eligible to apply. You will be told about how much you pay when you apply. So if you apply for exemption or whatever, when you apply, you'll be told how much you have. So money to support yourself, like I've said earlier on, your bank account, you need to keep at least £1,270. Okay, you will also need to have some money. This money, you also need to have it available in your bank account at least 28 days in a row, okay, before you apply for this visa. So before you apply, 28 days in a row, within 31 days, you need to have this money. So if for any reason this money, you remove 5% or 1% and put it back, it is no longer in a row, so it will not be accepted, okay? So if you pay the health surcharge and you come to the UK and you find a job in the healthcare, this money will be refunded to you, okay? If you don't find a job in the healthcare, it will not be refunded to you, so you should know this. So if you want to get refunded, you may consider the healthcare. But that doesn't make sense that because of surcharge you want to find a job in the healthcare when that is not where you should be working anyway. Okay, this visa actually allows you to get a job in the UK. So this is the beautiful thing about it. This visa is very nice. You can get a job in the UK, you can work for yourself, you can start a business, you can do voluntary job in the UK. So you can see, this is such a wonderful. Let me just take it through. What can I do in the UK if I am on this visa? Number one, like I said, you can work in most jobs. So you don't think of getting a job or not. You'll see this in the website, okay? Number two, you can be self-employed, okay? You can do your business, you can do your small, whatever you want to do, you can be self-employed, okay? And number three, you can live in the UK with your partner and with your children. So this is the most beautiful part of it, okay? And again, you can do voluntary work and you can travel abroad and return to the UK. So it's not like you get to the UK and you're fixed in the UK. You can travel and you can come back to the UK without needing to apply for additional visa. But what is it that you cannot do when you're on this visa? Number one, you cannot apply for most benefits, such as public funds, grants, pension, state pension. You cannot apply for it. It's not your business. Okay? You cannot work as a professional sports person. You cannot come and say, come on, I want to work as a coach. No, cricket, football coach, whatever it is, you cannot. Then you cannot extend this visa, okay? But you can convert this visa. You can apply for another visa and switch to another visa, okay? So you cannot apply to settle permanently in the UK unless you switch to another visa. Once you switch to another visa, then you will be eligible to stay or apply to stay permanently in the UK. Now, about eligibility. Eligibility is based on where you studied. The list of eligibility universities is based on ranking of the university from around the world. They rank universities from different countries in the world, and they list these universities for a particular year, and they say these are the guys who are eligible to study. This, without it, you will not be able to apply. So you need to check eligibility, and I'm going to be dropping the link. For example, people who are qualified are people who graduated within 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023. If you have graduated like us, like a Methuselah, years ago, forget about it. Many years ago, forget about it. Just call your cousin, call your nephew, your sisters, or neighbor, and tell them to apply, okay? So, if you graduated within November 1 to 2023 to October 31st, 2024, you're eligible. Just that way, up to within 2018 and 2019. But after 2018, backwards, we are no longer eligible. Forget about it. Watch other videos and see what will suit you. But in the meantime, get the information for your friends, for your relatives, okay? Documents you will need to apply. Before you apply, you must pay for the ethics, okay? So that they can check your qualification if it's valid. You don't need to start spending money. They will not also accept your application till you've done this, okay? And when you apply, you also need to provide certain things like valid international passports, other travel documents, of course, international passports, okay? And you also need to provide your knowledge of English. You want to be sure that you know English, so you will be needing an IELTS, okay? You also need to prove or to provide a statement ethics sent to you when they have checked your qualification to show that this guy is qualified to stay in the UK, to work in the UK, and all that. So you also have to apply for ethics to confirm that your qualification was taught in English, okay? And that statement is called academic qualification level statement and English language proficiency statement. So they need to have this, assessment done. Otherwise, it is also called academic qualification level statement. If you do all this, then you're way too good to apply to move to the UK, to sponsor your own visa without studying, without getting a job. But once you reach there, you can find a job, or you can start your own business and settle in the UK with your family. And once you've stayed in the UK for some time and you think you want to make a switch, you can switch to the skilled workers visa, any other visa of your choice, entrepreneurship visa, whatever visa you may wish to apply to. This is how to move to the UK in 2024 without so much stress, and the finances involved are not too much. So guys, if you are watching this video from beginning to the end, I want to say congratulations. Go to the description section of this video and check if you're qualified. If your school is listed, then you will be qualified to apply for this visa. I want to say congratulations to you, and I wish to see you in my next video. Do not forget to give me a thumbs up. Do not forget to share it, and do stay tuned. Cheers. One love from Finance Oracle.